Hmm?
Alright, so today it's been 2 years since my last Hellish Quart tier list, and there's like 4, 5, maybe even 6 characters that, that came out since then. And today I have a special guest, Tao, co-host in USFC, and as well his own Wednesday skirmish, a regular event, a great guy. He is today with us, with me to make a nice new tier list.
Greetings, everyone. Hi, Vinu.
Yeah, yeah. So last time I kinda went characters by like speed, power, their moveset, and there was something else. Cannot quite remember. But can you see my screen as well?
Yep.
Alright then.
I'm looking at the stream. We are showing right now in Discord, so yeah,
Yeah.
all good.
Alright, then that is perfect. Well, let's go in right into it, and first character on the list is Barabash.
Mm.
So what do you think about Barabash?
Can I start not with Barabash, but just with the framework I'm going to
Oh
use?
yes,
You
of course, yeah.
mentioned it already.
Yeah.
Personally, I consider like 5 main parameters for all the characters to determine how strong or weak they are. 2 are speed of movement and speed of attack.
Mhm.
2 are guard, like auto guard, that does the job for you, and attacks that allows these characters to bypass auto guard of your opponent, and like some special perks different characters might possess. So yeah, Bara goes for me in S tier because he's great with movement speed, great with attack speed. His guard is good, he has some moves that bypass auto guard as well, so he's just good in very many parameters. That's why I put him like among the strongest characters in the game.
Yeah, I definitely agree because he's fast, his moveset is good, he does a lot of damage, and the only thing I think he is lacking in is like reach, or like his sword is not that long, comparable even to some other saber characters, and maybe that's the reason I would give him A. But like still, his speed and damage, on like his competitive play that we see like regularly, and I would probably put him in S tier as well, actually, because he's a very solid character, like just on his basis. And yeah, defensively as well, no complaints there.
Reach is a tricky one because Kobold actually balanced reach in his own way. Usually characters who have more reach than others, they have minuses in other areas, but I guess we'll get to that. We are not looking at these characters right now.
Yeah. Well, one other character with maybe lesser reach but probably added defense is the newer character, and it's Connor, the Highlander.
Yeah, it's quite hard to place him because there are ways to utilize him in an interesting way, but he's slow-moving character, and yeah, I'd place him maybe A or B, somewhere like this. What do you think?
Like, we don't see him that often in competitive play, but we do see him like played quite well. But yeah, he's slow. His defenses are good, even though his like left leg is his one of biggest weaknesses. Like, if there's a enemy character who has a nice like leg attack, like Barabash, he can be like straight counter, like, and not much you can do.
That's another story, like why I consider Bara S tier and not A tier, because unlike some other S tier characters, he has attacks to beat shield characters amazingly well.
Yeah.
Connor is among them, yeah. But there is a certain way to play Connor that makes him really safe and a big menace, like he's slow moving, but it is possible to compensate that by moving him with dashes. And then if you backdash, you can avoid pushes, you can avoid many dangers as well. So, yeah, it's really hard to tell. And we don't have many corners, but just
Yeah,
based on what I saw from people playing him, like Veneta played him, Oaken played him, they played him definitely at least A tier level character.
yeah, we
It
still
was very hard to beat them.
need like maybe a main of Connor to really see his full potential. But as it right now stands, I would give you maybe C plus and B, like around the middle. He's not like top tier, but like, if you just pick him up, you're not gonna do that great. You might have some
Yep.
success, but once the player knows kind of your counters, like, yeah, let's maybe just B seems to be a nice, fine place for him. All right.
Did you try him yourself, by the way?
Oh,
Did you play Connor?
yeah, but he's just too slow. I didn't like the slow and reach advantage. No, like, and plus shield character.
Yeah.
Certain stigma there is right now. Well, a little stigma about the shield character. Some players dislike it, some players love it.
I see.
Alright, maybe let's go to the actually character maybe even with better defenses than Cornor, even without a shield, and it's Alexander or Dinis. So,
S tier as well, close to Bara, because he has tools to beat these rare shield characters as well as Bara. He has movement speed, he has attack speed, his damage is good.
yeah,
Thrusts are
defense.
his weakness, but still there are ways to overcome that as well. Yeah, I think he's on par with Bara.
I think he's worse than Bara in a sense that he's way more specific to play with. Like just picking it up and like just playing him, you might think is D tier because like just like his awkward movement back and forth, like his somewhat not intuitive moveset, like
Yeah, that
really
is
goes
true.
back.
Like, unlike other characters that are on Barrow's level, he's probably the most difficult to get into because of his constant movement. That is true.
Yeah.
If you consider that a weakness, then yeah, you can just put him one tier lower.
Yeah, I think definitely maybe a place where I want to put him because he's really strong and we see constant success from different players who like decide to pick him up. Like our Piper, one of most aggressive players in community, just goes forward and does pretty well, like pretty well with him. But that takes time. I don't think like any player can just pick him up and like recreate the success that some of more experienced players can do with him.
Yeah, that is true.
Alright, this one maybe one of our favorites, Gideon.
Not my favorite anymore, unfortunately.
You betrayed him. Well, I don't play him much either, but I do still love him. Still has a special place in my heart.
If you were recording this video like half a year ago, I would definitely say S tier, but now I can't place him more than B. Because he unfortunately lost all his recovery cancels, so he kinda lost in speed of his combos.
Yeah, and his reach already was not that good. He did have like some long guard attacks with a decent reach, but yeah, and he's not that fast anymore either. But
yeah, even before that, like he actually suffered nerfs multiple times. Before he had 2 good thrusts that were able to bypass auto guard. Now only 1 left, and yeah, still he lost his recovery cancels that allowed him to do really nice custom combos.
alright.
In my opinion, he's like even slightly weaker than Alex now. Yeah, so maybe B tier.
Yeah, definitely weaker. And what about Connor versus Gideon matchup? Who you would say has more advantages?
Actually, I thought this matchup with Gideon versus Kona. I say it's 50-50, very even.
Very even. Alright, I'll take your word for it. So I think B tier is a nice place for him, and hopefully maybe he gets a little bit of buff and comes back into more of a competitive play, because he's always fun to watch and always fun to play, but just reach disadvantages and other.
The tournament that Racer did yesterday featured earlier version of Gideon because he was using 2024 game version. And
Alright.
if played
Yeah.
Gideon there, he was at his peak of power.
Yeah, he did damage, and he played, yeah, he was really doing a lot of damage to his opponent with that character. So yeah, now that I think about, I was not thinking back then, but now, like, yeah, definitely. Well, sad to see our drunk bastard to be go down so much, but let's go to a newest character, which is Hassan, and which I think is very bad. I think is D tier. I think is the worst one. He has decent range and good speed, but like moveset wise and like he's pretty bad as well. Like his low like lower part is quite vulnerable to some low attacks, and to get to addition he has like almost no tools to close in range. So I think he's like one of the worst, and not many players played. What do
I
you
would
think?
actually put him C or B. Reasoning is simple. He has like not the fastest, but still on the faster end movement speed. And there is a trick to his attacks. If you time his basic cuts like YX with his steps properly, they become super fast. And you can even do infinite chain of super fast attacks. Plebeian mastered that, Oaken also tried and recreated that, and he just goes like cuts like some samurai from the movie,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
anime. But yeah, like you said, his guard is not so good, and some of his signature moves are just plain bad, like that guard breaking dash attack. It's so slow and telegraphed. He could definitely use some buffs. But say if you put him against Gideon, I would say that they're pretty equal. It would be even matchup. It's just that we don't have players who are maining him.
that is true. That is true. Yeah, he's somewhat still fresh and not discovered, but yeah, personally I don't like him that much, and I would I would like to put him D, but like, yeah, I see he still can do well, but like one of things that like tells me he's like a little bit worse, because like even guys who figured out something with him, they don't really play him that much anyways, you know? Like, yeah, they find this like nice technique, but they still maybe go to like some other character.
They play better characters.
Yeah, they play better characters, exactly. So, mm, maybe like if you say it's B, I would say it's D, and we can meet it in the C.
Okay.
Alright. And favorite, the
S tier.
Isabella. ST. No questions asked. No need to discuss this, everybody.
Well, she still has her weaknesses. Like her stamina is still horrible, and this kind of makes it a problem in some matchups.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to be very, very careful not to throw too many attacks, or like you whiff a couple and then you have to take a break. But yeah, she's just very versatile. Like she has better reach than Barabash, slightly slower attacks, but the reach compensates that.
Yeah,
She has thrusts, unlike Barabash that bypass auto guard.
yeah. Plus 3
A lot
guards,
of moves.
a lot of moves.
Yeah, like some players can play her in a very basic way, like Lag does, for example, and still do pretty good with her best moves. But that's kind of her great thing. Yeah, you can do good with just basic strong moves, but as soon as you start adding uh, your like unique moves, your special moves to certain situations, you can solve a lot of matchups. That versatility makes you really good. I wouldn't say there is a single matchup that is like uh, puts her at a big disadvantage. She can find some tools to at least make it 50-50 matchup. That's why I think she's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree. And we see always in competitive play, she's always being played almost, especially like tournament winners, like even yesterday I was playing myself like Isabella in older version, and I was just loving it because, and yeah, like you said, you don't need much with her, just like a little bit of the Y cut, little bit of high guard cuts, and like a little bit of stabs in between, and she does enough. Like you don't need much to learn with her, and she's pretty good. She's very fast. Like her dashes are really fast, I think.
Yep.
So
Yep.
S tier, always good pick. And right, next up is Yatsk.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
That is an interesting
So
one.
before we had at least two players trying to pick him and play him, but it didn't last for long, unfortunately. Wrath was the first player to take Yatsk and get into like finals of our tourneys, but unfortunately Wrath is playing from South America, so he was always like on 200, 300 latency, so it was problematic for him. But when Oak picked Yatsk, I think he truly showed us what this character is capable of in the current balance. He's moving faster now, he has super fast attacks, and because of that his somewhat lower damage is compensated, that he's able to follow up and land attacks. He has some moves that potentially bypass auto guard as well. I'm kinda like, I'd put him A, I think. He's slightly weaker than my two Saber favorites first tier, Barabash and the one that comes after Yatsk in the line.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's strong, but just slightly weaker than these two other Sabers. But then again, maybe he's still S tier too, because he's very hard matchup for easy, like at least even like 50-50. Also, the matches between Subu and Oaken proved it. They were super close, usually Bara versus Yatsk. So I'd put him as a A or S. A or S. What do you think?
Well, I do agree. Like he is very fast, has a interesting move set. Is like, but damage is really lacking. Like, and can still get tagged pretty easily. Like I played him a little bit. It's a little bit. Yeah, it's, I don't know how even like describe him. He's like feels like a such a potentially such an overpowered character, but he just doesn't deliver in practice. Like even like Oaken, didn't Oaken already like throwed him away for other character? Or
Not really. Someone cursed him into playing Gideon, but he still plays him from time to time.
I didn't get that lore.
It's just he's not as straightforward and easy to get into as, say, Bar or Yan. And some of his best combos are not that intuitive. Like, take Easy or Bara, for example, you do like forward YY. Very simple combo, and it's good across three characters, three strongest characters. For him, it's different. Better combo is not forward YY, it's forward XY. And like there are some other moves that are unique to him, and they have different, like they are different from other characters. You need to have more character knowledge to play him really good.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
But what do you think about a matchup of? Well, Oakenlix is a like enigma. Like he definitely like plays this character really good. But if somebody else picked up this character and he had a matchup against somebody else who picked up a Gideon, maybe uh,
Well, I
Highlander.
definitely put him higher than Gideon. He's stronger than Gideon.
All right, fair enough.
He has leg cuts to beat Connor as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he fits well with Alex because we fought multiple times, me and Oak, in this matchup. First, I used Alex to beat his Yatsk, then he figured out, and actually he managed to beat me, my Alex with his Yatsk, and then, like in our last match, I resorted to using Jan to beat his Yatsk. I had to stop using Alex because I wasn't sure if I will be available, like, if I'll manage to win with Alex or not, how close it was.
Yeah. All right, that's a very good points, but my counterpoint would be that like if somebody like not Oaken takes this character against me, I am not that afraid of that character, and I would maybe feel like comfortable with Gideon going against that character, because like even like a Highlander, because I'm not sure if my opponent even knows how to leg cut with the Yatsk in his like first matches. So I would maybe put him in the B because he's needs time to learn and is not that intuitive. But he's definitely like
Okay.
strong and fast. Well, fast, like that would could be potentially S, but it just we don't like if he was really S tier, we would see him way more often, in my opinion. Even if he was A tier, like we would see him
Okay.
more
Fair.
often.
Fair.
All right. And yeah, another potentially
S tier.
yeah, S tier, no
No,
questions asked.
personally, not just S tier. First character in S tier.
Even like that. All right. Yeah, fair
Yes.
point. Yeah, it's very strong character.
Because he has thrusts that bypass auto guard, which
Mhm.
Barra doesn't have. Same speed of movement, same speed of attack that Barra has.
Yeah.
Yeah, his sidesteps are not as good as Barra's. Some cuts are slightly not as fast, but still most are. And he has slightly more HP than Barra, slightly more stamina than Barra, slightly, very slightly, but still longer saber than Barra.
He's just better bar. Like just
Now, that's the trick. Like, if you take some matchups like shield characters, Barra is better than Yan in these matchups. But if you need to fight Barra, well, I picked Yan versus with Barra. You saw it in
saw it.
USFC.
Just
That's literally my answer. Like, if I need to fight Barra, I will pick Yan.
yeah, it definitely is very strong.
If I needed to fight Connor or if I needed to fight Marina, I'd pick Alex or Barra.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Just so much movesets. Everything is good about him, just bar on steroids, like S tier. Good matchups against other S tier characters, even Isabella. Like
Yeah.
he beats most of characters in the rooster.
If I needed to pick a character to fight Isabella, I'd pick Yan too.
That's yeah. I would pick Yandrich, but maybe I'll get to it later. So
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
all right, next up is Kakstein.
B tier.
B tier.
I'm not playing him, but there is a reason for that. Recently, he received, I don't even know, a feature, a bug, whatever it is. He received an attack, a cut, snap cut from his left leg forward that bypasses auto cut, just like that. You go left leg forward, you throw long guard Y, I think is the input, just like a snap cut. He steps forward and throws a cut, diagonal cut from his high right to low left, and it cuts right through auto guard. Also, he's a complicated character still, like regardless of that one attack, you need to have deep character knowledge, you need to understand how his different stances with like left or right leg forward work, how his moveset changes based on that leg forward. So you can't just pick him and do good. You need to practice, you need to actually spend a lot of time on this character. But if you have that experience and then you realize how to use that attack, then he can deliver.
Yeah, but even though he has now a cut that passes that auto guard, which is in a game all about auto guard, a lot about auto guard, not all, that he's still not that much picked in competitive play and not that popular, even though he's been out on a long while. He has a lot of swag points, he's really cool and really cool moveset, but we don't see him that much often, sadly.
Yeah, that is true. Well, Leaf plays him little, but unfortunately he isn't participating in events that often.
Yeah. Which is why I would say, yeah.
Pico plays him,
Yeah,
but
Pico
Pico also plays
everyone.
a bunch of different
He
characters.
plays everything, yeah. He plays them good. I would even give him like C tier, just because he's really slow. He guesses like he has no stamina. Like you do like 2-3 swings.
Yeah, Isabella stamina.
Yeah, Isabella stamina. His reach is okay, but still like
Yeah, movement is slow. Yeah, and cuts are slow. Yeah.
Moveset is nice, but we don't see him played often because Barabash has a complete counter to him, like a jump attack. He just cannot defend against jump attack. Like, and there's probably other movesets he probably can't like defend. So like, even though he has one move that like can pass the auto guard, there's other characters who have moved that just completely shut him down.
Let me share a little secret. So recently I discovered attacks for Yan and Bara that can bypass auto guard. I'm not sure, maybe some other guys knew about it already, but I just recently discovered it. And Kalk is a rare character who can actually block these attacks.
Wow.
A lot of other characters that let it through, it kills them, but Kalk can block it.
Alright.
I wouldn't ever think about it, I just had to test through all the characters and he blocked it.
Yeah. And I remember Oaken was playing Kakstein, and then I played Barabash against him and completely shut him down without much skill, just like
jump
attack, little bit cuts, and like I didn't like, and he's just kinda abandoned the character, well, not instantly, but he started playing way less. And you know, I may be feeling like putting him in C tier, so maybe like he needs some buffs. He needs maybe like something. Alright, my favorite character, S tier. No question. But no, he's good. He's like really fast, really strong, coolest costume in the game, and like really simple to use and effective. But his guard is not that good, and some matchups he's really bad against. So I would give him A to B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, not so long ago he actually was stronger, but then out of nowhere Kobold Stealth nerfed his damage. Like before I would put him S tier no problem, but after that damage nerf, yeah, I'm either A or B.
And Kobold did the unthinkable. He like remade the retreat Y attack, basically like making it well, it used to be you could spam back Y, which is maybe a little bit too overpowered, but now it's like you go into this like slow ass animation and just do a big whiff, and it really changed the character a lot. He's getting nerfed, and but
if we compare him to Alex, I'd actually say that Alex is stronger in this matchup.
Well, I know a lot of counters to Alex as a Lazlo, so I wouldn't put them like that. I would say they're quite equally matched.
Okay.
Because Lazlo has a lot of tools to like attack Alex's left side, lower left side, and that's one of his biggest weaknesses. And that's usually what I always suggest.
Consider this. You put Yatsk lower and Lazlo higher, but Oak abandoned Lazlo in favor of Yatsk. He thinks that Yatsk is stronger than Lazlo now.
Oh my gosh, what? Damn. That is a good point. That is a
And
good
maybe
point.
put Yatsk in A2.
Well, then maybe I go take Alex down because, nah. I mean, maybe. I mean, he is strong, but not many players play him, and he is very difficult to play. But he is very strong. Actually, like just from the raw stats, he like cannot go lower than A. Like he could be easily S tier. Well, yeah, Lazlo is bad. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. Like maybe he's good against Alex, but against Yatsk, Gideon, Barabash like completely kicks my ass. So yeah, maybe B tier before like S tier, but nerfs. Maybe he deserves a nice place along the three sabers here and a Highlander.
Yep.
But I would still like think about this a little bit because we need more players. We like if you got a little bit more like
That's
mains.
another story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be way easier if we had like 10 to 20 players on each character. But no, we don't have that.
Yeah. But we can still judge like character by his total basis. Like if you just like start playing now, then like but this list would look maybe absolutely different. Then maybe Alex is just D instantly because you pick him up and like you don't know what you're doing and you think it's a bad character, but yeah, well, I don't know. This is a gray area here, a little bit gray area.
Too many tiers. 3 tiers are enough.
Well, is it because you have Marie now, who's potentially D tier? She's worse than Kakstein. She's worse than most characters. Well, she still can be played to a very good
She
extent.
can beat Kalk. She
can
can
beat-
beat Kalk.
She can beat Isabella, like we saw Pekolai yesterday beating Isabella's with Marie.
I'm ashamed, but I have to admit, we were playing with Pico at the morning today, and he beat my Isabella with Marie.
Yeah, he's really good with that Marie. Like surprisingly, like the he's beating all the mains of Marie's with Marie. Like it's wild what he's doing with it. It's wild. I would almost
But yeah,
give it D tier just in case, like so
yeah,
she
still,
gets
still D tier. I mean, a player can really show the skill with the character, but she still has so many weaknesses.
Yeah,
It feels sometimes like Marie player in a 7 flag match needs to score 14 flags because Marie can just may not kill. Like
yeah,
she hits you, but it's for grazing damage, and then she hits you again, and it's still grazing damage and no kill, and then you hit her and she dies from the first
Yeah.
strike.
that I've seen that happen many times and
Like,
absolute
if
bullshit.
she had no grazes, at least if she always hit for full damage, she would be better. If she had better water guard that allowed her to just block and then riposte normally, I'd easily put her in A tier at least.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when you can just blade bash her auto guard and she loses her defense, when she hits you and doesn't kill you, yeah, she's weak.
I think she's still good against some shorter reach sabers, but then again I've seen them beat her quite easily in some matchups, like depending on the play.
It's also like matchup knowledge. You need to know how to
Yeah,
play against
yeah.
her. If you try to run away from her all the time, that's what she wants. She wants to fight at distance, harass you. But if you know to put a lot of pressure on her, just move forward and cut her as fast as possible, then you can beat her handily.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely needs some love from Cobalt, maybe some, but if she gets precision buffs, then she can be S tier, because once those
Yeah,
stabs start hitting every time, that's scary. And I don't want to, then I gotta main Isabella just to counter like her, because
Oh, I still remember Marie, the first year of the game when she had that precision. Kubel buffed her accuracy like by 10% only. and she immediately became one of the stronger characters. I remember how I was fighting her with Isabella. It was very hard. Warden had a lot of problems fighting throw fences Marie. That's how good she was. But
Yeah.
then she was nerfed again.
Nerfed to the ground. And still has a dedicated player base. But I'll put her in D tier.
Yep.
Alright, and now second rapier, Marta.
B tier.
Fair. Why is that?
So she has decent movement speed, not the best, but still like at least medium, kind of like Isabella. Her guard is good, unlike Marie's, and she has attack animations that work really well versus many characters. A lot of fast attacks too, fast thrusts, like X thrust is probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest attack in the game. Just her neutral X poke, and because she's a pretty tall girl, it can hit a lot of characters straight into the head and kill them outright.
Yeah.
Or if it's a tall character, well, it can hit their hand and kill them too, or just hit their body and interrupt whatever they're doing, allowing her to follow it up. Then at back Y, one of the best back Ys in the game. Very good reach, very fast, bypasses auto guard, can kill depending on where it lands. Yeah, like characters like Isabella. Like Isabella is my counter pick to Marta.
Yeah, same.
Because she has good combos to blade beat her. She has decent reach on her weapon, but otherwise, Marta still has like a lot of tools to face all other characters, most saber characters.
Yeah,
So she's at least B for me.
Yeah, she's, in my opinion, a
Yeah.
counter to sabers. Yeah.
If you take someone like Ezekiel who mastered Marta, unfortunately he's not playing as often now, but when he was very active with her, it felt like she was A tier.
Yeah. Well, I feel like putting her in a little bit in A tier because she just whoops many characters in below tiers. Like as a Lazlo, I don't even wanna pick Lazlo against her. Like Gideon, I don't even wanna pick against her.
Let me tell you what Oak said. He was more scared of facing Marie with Lazlo than Marta.
Yeah, that is scary too. I don't want to face that too. Like, yeah, I feel like now I'm talking about this. Like, Lazlo has some really bad matchups against this like long rapier characters. He's really nice against other sabers. He's still maybe weak against Barabash, but like some like even Kakstein is like a little bit difficult sometimes to deal with as a Lazlo. So maybe right in this current state, I feel like maybe putting Lazlo a little bit more down. Because now, like,
well,
yeah.
About Marta, just want to add. So, I'd still put her in B tier now because she was indirectly nerfed recently. So before it wasn't possible to blade beat thrusts with upcuts. Now it is possible for all the characters.
Oh yeah,
so it's like
that is a big nerf.
Indirect nerf to all thrust-oriented characters. So yeah, I'd put her in B now.
Yeah. Because of that nerf, I agree. But still, like, because I'm having a conflict because I see these characters in the same tier, and I feel like some just gonna straight up beat those characters in a matchup, like Marta, like Lazlo. I don't want to deal with Marta. Gideon, I don't want to deal with Marta. Connor, I don't even know.
For Gideon, Marta is hard, yeah.
And even like Alexander, like can have big problems against her.
He needs to use helicopter.
He needs to use helicopter, yeah. I might put him in the A tier just because the matchups, like her counters is Isabella mostly. Like I think Jan probably does pretty well against her. Barabash, so that I can make it work. But like this character is below.
Okay.
I
Okay.
feel like
It's fine.
we're struggling. And now I'm like reconsidering like with the saber characters, like putting Lazlo a little bit down as well. Not sure. I'm gonna put him down, but
Let's look at others.
mm-hmm.
B tier.
B tier.
Yes. She has a pretty even matchup with Kona. Yeah, she's weak to leg cuts, but if it's not a leg cutting character, she's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pushes were nerfed, so yeah. If it's not someone who is specializing in good leg cuts, she can do pretty well against such characters.
Yeah, I agree. Very fast.
She can be a problem to Isabella even because her leg cuts have very short reach.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, she does fail against maybe Jan or Barabash. Even, yeah, Alex I think has a very strong tool against her with that leg cut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But overall, like, if you don't know what to do against her, she's very strong. Like, I would say even maybe A tier, if like, because of the ease of use, like high defenses, and only specific strategy to use against her, plus her speed and moveset. Like, just can close in at you, can like dodge you easy, can spam like sideways attacks or some other moves. I would even give her maybe A tier. And A tier matchups are not that bad for her as well. But she's not being played that much though.
I'd move Yatsk to A tier then. I don't consider him weaker than Marina.
I would like to, yeah, too. Just not many players play Yatsk. And Marta,
Yeah, well,
maybe more. Even I think, had some like medium success just picking her up some random tournaments or events and like doing something without knowing nothing. Maybe, yeah. This is I'm getting stressed. Not stressed, but this is hard.
well,
It's getting hard.
yeah, it's always difficult when we're talking about balance.
Yeah,
You need to account for everything.
yeah. And that's usually not, well, it's gonna be suboptimal most of the times.
Okay, let's look what's next.
Samuel.
That's a tough nut.
Yeah, he has so many things
So-
going for him, like speed.
His
Yeah,
auto guard is really good. Actually, Yazek's auto guard is really good. That like characters with one of the best auto guards in the game, but still he has low HP, not enough damage sometimes. I'd put him A or B.
all right, that's fair. That's fair. I would probably.
He's fast,
Yeah.
but like he's fast with his attacks. That is cool, and he creates situations where he can follow up his attacks if they connect, so he can compensate for his lack of damage. But big issue, his basic movement speed is low.
Extremely
That
low.
is,
Yeah,
a big problem for me.
yeah. He's like.
If he was moving at least with Isabella's speed, he would be stronger for me. If he was moving like Bara or Jan, he would be S tier for me. But he's not, he's moving slow. So it's either A or B.
Yeah, I think putting him in the B then, because even though he has few fast attacks, a lot of his moveset is not that fast, and then he's like absolutely flat-footed, like you can barely not retreat, and damage is just sometimes you like Mori do like few scratches before getting a kill. Yeah, I think maybe B tier is where he's at. He has a nice moveset, 3 guards.
He has very good leg cut that allows him to battle with Marina and Kona.
Mm-hmm.
Very good thrust too, to bypass auto guards.
Yeah, yeah, and deal with the rapiers, so he's good against rapiers. But then like faster, maybe saber characters, Isabella's, so on. They like just damage
Yeah, I
him.
think Yatsk outshines him.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jan and Bara outshine him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe B tier is okay. Alright, Ternowski.
Dark Horse character.
Dark
I'd
Horse.
put him in A tier. So, we thought he's weak, like C tier weak, I think. But then, while Landsknecht appeared and showed us the power of this character.
Yeah.
Not only that, he provided some feedback to Kubalt, and Kubalt even buffed Ternowski's autoguard because of that. So he recovers to autoguard from his attacks really fast now if you press back in time.
Mm-hmm.
And that allows him to block some attacks that like this may not be possible for many other characters. But yeah, unfortunately for him, he's not really fast-moving character. A bunch of his attacks that act as combo starters, they're slow, not fast enough. That makes him weaker. And he has higher than average HP, helps him to trade, and he has very good damage. It also helps him to trade, but then you don't want to trade initially. Like you trade because you have to with him, not because you want to. So yeah, like maybe A or B, somewhere here.
Alright.
What do you think?
Well, I love his moveset. I hate his speed and his big wind-ups and his short saber. So yeah, it's hard because I look at the A tier because yeah, Landsknecht is really good. Like is S tier. Like
Lance is S tier.
S tier, yeah. His Lance is S tier because he can just beat like Barabash, Isabella, Jan, no problem. But anybody else right now in the competition, I don't know. Like I don't like.
Yeah, maybe B tier then, or A.
I think gonna put him in B tier because yeah, just slow and mostly dead.
Yep.
Mostly dead. He can like has a nice active parry, but he just doesn't go to the at A tier. And these matchups in A tier, I feel not the best for him. He can still beat them though, but B tier is where he can like probably whoop his ass against these characters more easily, in my opinion. We need more Ternowskis. I love this character. Alright. Yandrich.
A character who can easily become S tier if Kubal changes some things about him.
Yeah. He's either S or D to me. Like
Yes,
you either
exactly.
hit everything and nobody can touch you and everybody's afraid of you, or you don't hit nothing and you're completely useless and you just get killed from anything. Like
Oh yeah, or just someone goes hard on you with fast cuts, touches your X, it goes down, and then they just destroy you.
yeah, that is true. Sabers are his bane, but I still pick him like a counter against Isabella. Like if like I wanna counter Isabella, that's my go-to. He has like perfect tools for that. But everyone else.
Did you manage to counter Venet as Isabella with him?
I think I was. I don't remember if he ever faced my Yandrich in my prime. So I think maybe.
I'd still put him together with Marie. Like, he's a character, in my opinion, that can easily surprise someone who isn't prepared, regardless of the tier.
Yeah.
Like, even if someone picks S tier character, any of those three up top, but he doesn't, or like he or she doesn't know Yandrich matchup, and unexperienced Yandrich can absolutely destroy such a player.
Yeah.
He requires specific knowledge. You need to know what Yandrich weaknesses are, and you need to like go hard on these weaknesses. If you don't know about this, Yandrich can destroy you because he moves fast, he attacks fast, he attacks with enough damage, and he can bypass auto guard very often.
Yeah.
If only he had a decent auto guard himself that allowed him to block, oh man, he would be S tier.
Yeah. Or even just precision to like always like go through the guard, because my biggest issue with him and why I threw him away, because he's not reliable. Like you don't know,
Yeah,
maybe you're gonna
sometimes
get
people
auto
block him.
guarded. Yeah,
Yeah.
so which is like completely throws away the point of this character. He has no block, and if he cannot do the same to your opponent, he's just with such a big disadvantage that he's like just horrible.
Another thing, his attacks from sidesteps are slow.
That too.
He doesn't have a single fast sidestep attack.
Well, sidestep wise not that bad, but yeah.
Well, I mean, they're not as fast as
No,
other characters.
yeah, like Yatsk, like who can just like go ballistic with that spam.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, that tier. I love you, Yandrich, and you're my still counter to Isabella, but and Jarro, talking
He's
about
a wildcard character,
He's a
just like
wildcard.
you.
Thank you. Well, second to last, I now see there is no Sava, but we still gonna discuss about it. But let's talk about Jarro right now. And you were a main of Jarro, so what do you think about him in his current state?
So first, as I said, I'm using like 5 basic parameters for characters. And Jarro actually lacks both in attack speed. He attacks on most attacks slower than Saber characters. He moves like one of the slowest characters in the game. Yeah, his reach compensates that a little. He has some attacks, well, one and the most known attack, like his thrust that bypasses auto guard, or just back Y, that is one of his fastest attacks that kind of still allow him to battle other characters, but after nerfs he suffered that made his combos slower, he's not that good anymore. I'd put him COB.
Yeah, I think just because it's such a big drop off in the character's usage. Even I used to like him. Found him really nice character with a lot of tools, but yeah, not anymore. Just slow, clunky. Already he had like such big disadvantages of like certain attacks having such big wind-ups and just a slow attack speed. Damage was okay, but yeah, maybe C tier. He has not that many favorable matchups. He can still be played that good, but in competitive play he is yeah, C tier, I think.
If you try one of the early game versions before Jarro started receiving
S-tier.
nerfs, yeah, easily ST.
Mhm.
Even though he was still slow, I mean slow moving, but at least he had faster combos.
Yeah,
He could attack you from distance way faster than he can now. And he received a bunch of nerfs and not a single buff to compensate for said nerfs.
yep,
So yeah,
yep.
now he can surprise you again. Like he can kind of be like Yandrich. Like if you don't know Jarro, if you never fought experienced Jarros, he can overwhelm you. He can attack you from distance you do not expect. His drunken animations might surprise you. Like you're like, whoa, what is he doing? What is he throwing at me? But if you know the matchup, if you have experience of fighting good Jarros, it's not a problem. Good Jarro can make it hard for you, but there is always a way around it. You can either move around the map faster than him and punish his reefs, or you can like go to his sides, attack him with sidestep attacks. There are always options to beat him for many characters.
Yeah, that is true. Especially like just sidestepping him. Like he locks in into attack, and if he does a combo, then you can be already behind his back once he finishes his combo. So,
Yeah.
oof. Well, let's sit here. And last character, it's Sava. I do not have image, but I did make it in the OBS. And what do you think about Sava?
BTM. So he's not popular. That is true. He was just recently released, and we don't see that many players using him. Lance is probably using him the most right now. And actually, I fought Lance after he spent some time on Sava, and he was very difficult for me to beat using Isabella. I had problems beating him with Isabella. And yeah, I think he is style-wise like Jarro. He's slow-moving. He has far-reaching attacks. His saber, out of all saber characters, has the longest reach. That knife can obviously bypass auto guard if someone thinks he can get close to Sava to push him or grab him. Sava can easily just stab you and kill you with his knife. And he can play quite a similar game to how Jarro plays, but by staying at a distance, attacking from long range. But unlike Jarro, he has faster attacks. So I think his true potential is yet to be unlocked. He has potential, but we need to see more players picking him and spending more time on him. For now, I'd put him B, well, maybe C, but no lower than C.
Yeah, I think he is C just because like very slow movement speed, like which really offset me about him. I was hoping like for a little bit faster character. What is going for him is nice. His moveset is not that bad. The stab is like I'm like on the fence about the stab because sometimes you can stab and like not finish opponent, and if you would grab or push, you would probably have a bigger chance sometimes to kill your opponent. So like that stab is like, unless it one shots, it's in my opinion is kind of bad. And with his speed and like two, he has I think one maybe two moves that like propel him to into your opponent, which is not that great. Closing in the range is pretty hard with him, and you have to learn how to do it. So that's why I think he's like kind of C right now. Yeah, maybe has some great potential, but I see him somewhat weak and in the C tier.
Okay, okay.
Alright, I think that's all of the characters. I would like maybe make a small rundown, like since we've been here for already for an hour now. Was fun though. Glad to have you here, and don't want to maybe keep you any longer. Maybe you have some things to do. But let's
Yeah,
maybe
no problem.
do a quick rundown. Like just check like in tiers, like if the characters have good matchups against each other, and like how they fare against each other. So S tier, I think it's pretty clear here. Yeah, they're strong,
Yeah,
good.
for me there is no argument here. These
Yeah.
characters are dominating the competitive scene at the moment.
Yeah.
We saw multiple new players joining our community, picking Jan or Bara and doing amazingly good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say out of all three, I'd put Isabella to the right of Bara because she can require somewhat. No, to the right, like third
Oh,
in
to
the
third.
list.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, because she requires somewhat more knowledge. And again, if you are new to her, if you don't know her weakness of stamina, it can be a problem for you, and people will punish for you losing your stamina. But yeah, if you just starting the game and pick Bara or Yan, you can easily win many matchups.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely like the dominant competitive characters we see many tournaments being won with. So, alright, then let's go to the A tier. And like these characters fare okay against S tier, but and maybe they have advantage against B tier characters, maybe against like some counter picks. It doesn't, but what do you think about the A tier?
Yeah, so especially some of these characters like Yatsk can be a pain in the ass even for S tier characters. They just lack in some areas. I'd put even Yatsk stronger than Marta. I'd put him to the left.
Alright.
Yeah. Overall good picks.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about Yatsk because
Only
Oaken.
Oak showed his power.
Only
Yeah.
Oak showing his power. That's my biggest issue because Alex, we've seen Subotai for so long, just kicking everybody's ass with Alexander. Now we have Piper doing pretty well, and some other players sometimes picking it up and doing pretty well.
Hey, some other place. I also use him.
Yeah, exactly. Marta, I've seen plenty of players kicking my ass with this character, so like no doubt she can like do a lot of damage. This character kicks ass like every once in a blue moon of everybody, so like I feel like strong about this one. Oaken.
We need more Marinas playing too.
Yeah,
Not that many Marinas are active.
we do. But what do you think Oaken would be stronger with Yatsk or with Jan?
With Jan. He played Jan before, he stopped doing it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure he would do very good with Jan.
Yeah, Oaken I think, one of the best players, no doubt. Alright.
But then again, like, Yatsk has more variety than Jan in his moveset. Maybe that's why Oak really likes Yatsk. He wants to do more different combos, setups. He has better sidestep attacks as well, so maybe Oak is good on Yatsk. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oak knows.
I really dislike this whole A tier. I don't play any of these A characters, and I despise 3 of them. So like B tier. Yeah, poor Gideon. Used to be such a nice character. I miss.
Gary, get some buffs, please, so I can play you again.
Yes, Kubot, please. And yeah, probably fair matchups against here. I don't see much advantages or disadvantages really. Could be still argued. Like, especially like some characters are just like counter picks.
Tier lists are not just argued, they're like the best way to start a holy war.
Holy war. Yeah, that was the meme. Hopefully, well, we're gonna see, gonna send a picture to community and see what how they're gonna flame me. How they're gonna flame me as, well, gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm just sad for Kakstein. Lazlo, Hassan could have so much potential, but I just don't like his moveset. Jarro, like old school, like these characters could have so much potential, be a little bit higher, but definitely need some buffs. D tier definitely needs some, like 100% need to be like done something about them.
Yep, and then again for many of the weaker characters, it's something very simple that could be buffed, like Yandrich's auto guard, Marie's auto guard and accuracy.
Yeah.
Simple things.
Yeah.
But well, we have what we have.
Bring back Lazlo's back Y spam. Maybe some damage. Cobalt, please. Yeah, Kakstein needs a lot of speed. Hassan even with just a little bit movement speed buff could like start looking really scary. Like you can just like close in way faster and like
His guard break-in move could be faster. It was faster, but then from test version to live version, Cobalt made it very slow.
Yeah. Well, All right. Any last words about this list? Are you satisfied? Not like with how we arranged it today?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Like after all, if you want to dive even deeper, you need to compare each matchup individually,
Yeah.
see how each character compares versus each other. But if you just want to categorize into 5 tiers, 5 ranks, yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Especially like just doing like a saber tier list already would maybe look differently.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Tao, today for your um, companionship. I really enjoyed doing this list with you. It was fun. I was not expecting it to go so long, actually, but yeah.
You remember, balanced discussions are always the longest
Always
and the
long.
most heated ones.
Well, we weren't very heated against each other, so at least that is that didn't have like too much of opposing opinions. But yeah, time to send it to the
Yep.
balanced discussions and let the holy war begin. So
Oh yeah, Newsvault.